this abuse that's going to keep on occurring. Don't say you didn't get what you asked for.
Let's say a man hits his spouse. Do you ever ask yourself why? You don't typically go up to an angel, a perfect angel, and say something negative to them.
I'm asking you for mercy. You talk about love as if you know what it is. I would never do this to someone I loved. I have no idea how you can be doing this to me and feel no remorse for it. I'm completely oblivious to how you can live with this. How can you do this to another human being? Just so you know, because of what you've done, because of the way you've slandered me, because of the lies you've told, because of the fact that you've completely ignored me and you've completely humiliated me publicly, because of all this, I'm going to reveal every single detail. Every detail. And then everyone will know exactly who you are.
Alright lads and lasses, welcome back to the Circus of Fun. Today's topic is on Onision, who I've never spoken about before. Well, maybe just a one-time thing, you know, maybe once. Twice. Now, I'm not sure if you're all aware what this plastic fool has been up to. If not, I'll give a speedy recap later on in the video. Please subscribe to my channel so I can hit 100k and finally prove to my mum I'm a real YouTuber. Thanks. Now, Onision, Satan's best friend, if you will. Kind of bloke who gets excited over teenagers who own stuffed animals. I mean, that would be so weird, right? Acting like you hate teenage girls. Yep, when I told you my bedroom was fluffy and all pink and had stuffed animals, you got excited and told me I should send you a picture of it when I got home. This was 2 months ago, so shut your up. Now this was a tweet made by Sarah. I mean, bloody hell, onions. How is a man like you still walking this earth? In all honesty, he'd be the perfect role for it. You know, that big scary bloke who hides under drains. Poor Georgie didn't last 2 seconds. Now you're probably asking, gee, I wonder how Onision's been taking all these allegations against him. Well, he used it as clickbait on almost every single video. The Onision Speaks channel. The full story. We need to talk. I'm innocent. What really happened? Saying goodbye. I can't do this anymore. The truth. Yeah, hang on. Cut the music. Right, so clickbaiting his own allegations for views and attention. 2019, people of the internet. Whoa, sounds like the kind of man I want to be friends with. It's quite clear he isn't taking this situation seriously, and he proves it more by releasing comedy videos about his abusive behaviour. And let me tell you, the only thing I find comedic about this person is that he made a video preaching his innocence, even though he made a video trying to justify why abuse is an option. Yeah. And when I say comedic, I mean the fact that he's practically confessing he believes in abusive behaviour. Caught you there, didn't I, you absolute plastic plank? But before that, let's take a look at these comedy skits I was on about. Here's one I found where he basically mocks the entire situation with his ex-wife and how abusive he was. Some sort of weird sick defense mechanism, but through comedy sketches. Right.
Can't you see that Onion Boy is abusive towards people he kicked the out of his life for being liars, criminals, and or drug addicts?
Oh my god, why are you even bringing up his ex-wife? That was like forever ago.
And it's not even funny. This is actually serious.
Boo, get off the stage, you stinky nonce. But that's apparently Onision's way of defending himself. Dressing up as Santa, which has probably ruined the excitement of Christmas for hundreds of children. Ooh, sorry, did I say children? How about fake dolls which resemble children? Because, Greg owns one of those.
Here's my girl. I don't know what her name is. You guys want to name her in the comments? Just let me know what her name should be. I'm just kidding, her name is Julia because that is the creepiest possible name I could give her. You're welcome. There she is. Julia.
Guys, why are we not talking about this? He literally owns a plastic child. And I'll tell you for one, can't bloody wait until the cops find his hard drive. He'll be sitting melting in the back of a police van, this stupid nonce. Now, genuinely, all of you write in the comments right now, what do you actually think about the fact that he owns a plastic doll? What's your opinion on that? Do you think it's natural to own one of those? Like, what is your actual opinion? I mean, it resembles a child, for Christ's sake. Now, let's jump into HQ and review the video of him trying to justify abusive behavior.
This concept of grooming, right? But that requires you have with somebody right after they turn 18.
Don't say you didn't get what you asked for.
I hope you're happy. You completely destroyed all of my pride.
Alright, welcome to HQ. Now I assume you've all come here to witness the epic destruction of Onision, and I assure you, that will happen today. To kick things off, I'd like to show you one of the tweets that Onision posted. If you hate it, why are you screaming, "Don't stop"? You know who you are, my little filthy trash to the core. Sounds like a lovely bloke, doesn't he? Now, if you are interested in hearing some more of these tweets, I have about a list of 11 disgusting tweets that he's posted, which I'll be discussing later on in the video. But for now, however, let's take a look on Onision's views on abuse.
If someone tells you that when people go to a specific location at a specific time of day, they are always hurt, and you decide to go to that location at the specific time of day, and you get hurt, do you think it would be fair to say you were asking for it? What about women and men who decided to go home to abusive relationships? Relationships where they are regularly beaten. Do you think they're asking for it? I'm sure there are 1,000 scenarios that I'm not considering. But for all the ones I am, it's pretty undeniable that they are. When the police are readily available 3 numbers away. When your parents are readily available to be there for you when you need them. When you have legs to use for walking or running if necessary. It seems to me like you're asking for it. I know it may seem cruel. Stand up for yourself. Do what you know is right and leave them, because otherwise this abuse that's going to keep on occurring. Don't say you didn't get what you asked for. Not when you have a choice.
Quote, don't say you didn't get what you asked for, not when you have a choice. Well, Onision, I hope you remember that while you're in prison behind bars, because not even your vegetarian body can help you then. Now, something I really haven't touched on before is the fact that this man actually tried to start a cult. This man's definitely from the dark hole of the abyss. Hey, I meant hell, not his mother's beef curtains, you dirty git. Siskia? Can someone tell me how you say this? Well, you can't really, can you? Because you're in the comment section. Just try and spell it out somehow. The answers: meaning of life, human origin, our purpose, social ethics, behaviour, sexuality, health. We're just going to call it Siskia from now on, because I know you say S-I-C, Siskia, fuck, I don't know. But apparently if you join, you get to find out the answer of the meaning of your life. Well, I don't need that, because I already know what the meaning of my life is, and that was to make videos on you, that's for sure. It's become a pleasurable kink to make exposed videos on you, and I'll tell you for one, I get off on that every night. Anyone else feel the same way? But what sort of man makes a cult? And I'll tell you who, a man that lives in the realm of insanity. Oh, hang on, what's the slogan to this? When reason ends, so does life. Right. So what's your reason for living on this plane again? Time to go, Onision. He also had something called a Beautiful People contract, and why is that bad? Because it's not even an official contract. He just called it a contract to make it very serious and to manipulate people into signing a deal with the devil, when in reality it's just a bloke with an A4 piece of paper with a couple of head injuries. Manipulation, my friends, that's what you call that. Speaking of manipulation, remember when I said about those tweets earlier? Yeah, how about we take a look at those now? And tell me, they are gold dust, genuinely. And for that, I'd like to take us somewhere which changes the flow of the video. A divider, if you will. The dissection of manipulation. And I'll tell you what, if you guys can guess the song to it, you're heroes. Literally. Lads and lasses, let's go.
Because the nicest thing about hypnosis
So, welcome to the dissection of manipulation, where I dissect manipulators and show them for the true scum they really are. This segment's a bit more different, a little more intense, if you will, a bit more dramatic. Nevertheless. Now, I presume you're all here for the same reason, to see Onision's disgusting tweets. In these tweets, you'll be able to see his views on humans and how he thinks he should be able to treat humans. Let's dive straight into them. I prefer you on your knees, on a leash, screaming, "Yes, master, now please." Treating humans as if they are slaves to you. You, my friend, are a strange man. This world is made up of 2 forces, yin and yang, otherwise known as me and my willing servant bowing before me, cleaning my feet with their quivering tongue. As you can see, he keeps referring to people as slaves/servants, and this is what you would call abusive behaviour and manipulative behaviour of the mind. This would be enough to make anyone feel like they're worth nothing, hence why maybe Shiloh was feeling like she was worth nothing, or Billy, or his ex-wife, maybe Sarah as well. What if he spoke to them the same way as he does through his tweets? Here's the chain. put it on. There's nothing wrong with a little consensual violence. Nothing feels better than your neck and your lungs struggle to breathe. Would you like me to push harder? I don't need a woman. I don't need a man. I need a piece of worthless trash on their knees begging for more. Now, my friends, only someone with manipulative and abusive intentions would say such things. I think it's safe to say that Onision belongs on a farm. But then again, I think I'd feel sorry for the animals that have to breathe the same air as him. You're so shy, you're blushing. How would my teeth in your neck feel? Maybe I can make your face pale again if I drain enough blood. Alright, Vampire Diaries, relax. Bloody hell. Sorry for the pun. But however, if you want soft kissing, get a girlfriend. I'm only here to bite and claw my way into you. Now, like I said, he's some sort of animal. But even though those tweets are extremely disgusting, that's actually not the worst of it. Believe it or not, he actually made those tweets while sitting next to his little daughter, tweeting about enslaving humans and being abusive to them while sitting next to your little daughter in the hospital. Something doesn't seem right with your head, Onision. Maybe it's the drugs. Now, if it's not noticeable already, Onision actually feeds on people who feel worthless and doesn't have any value of themselves. And you're probably asking, Curtis, how do you know he was sitting next to his little daughter while making those tweets? Well, I know this because he was with his daughter at the same time while he was having a welfare check at his home, and the reports matched the exact same times that those tweets were posted. Crucial takeaways from the Onision welfare check. 1. The police put on the record they couldn't tell if Greg was drunk or high. 2. They've noted in caps ongoing issues with this residence. Anyone from police Twitter want to tell the audience what this means? Number 2 is an indication that they've been out there multiple times. This could imply prior to anything in the last few weeks even. Number 1 is pretty straightforward, but it could imply they're more willing to keep a close eye on him due to potentially being under the influence. So apparently it's an indication that the police have visited Onision multiple times. Well, I'm not surprised at that nonce living there. Well, apparently he's under the influence of something according to the police report. But what it should say is that all these 14-year-old girls are under the abusive and manipulative behaviour of Onision himself. But as I was taken back to earlier, these times match exactly while his daughter was in hospital, also matching with the tweets that were made. Allegedly, Onision is guilty of almost every single piece of evidence that's arisen. But I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think is going on with Onision? Do you think that he's innocent or do you think that he's guilty? Let me know in the comment section. And what do you think of these tweets? The fact that he made these tweets sitting next to his little daughter is quite concerning, and I'm quite concerned about that little girl's health. But yes, my friends, that is the end of this segment of Dissection and Manipulation. I hope you did enjoy. And without further ado, let's take you back up to HQ. Shit, Amberlyn Reed. Alright, welcome back to HQ. Just after I do this part right now, I'm going to be talking about what basically has been going on the last couple of years. But firstly, I'd like to talk about how Greg, aka Onision, or Onision should I say, sorry, it's childish of me. I'd like to talk about how he sexualizes his content in any way possible. The guy's insane. You'll have a title or a thumbnail and it'll just be something normal, and he'll just sexualize it. And with a lot of problems up here, I think. Probably needs to go into a mental institution. Onision, virgin, virginity explained. Thanks, Greg, but I think I'd be better off not hearing your virginity story, thank you very much. What does making love mean? So is that you explaining to a bunch of kids why love making is... What does a female orgasm feel like? And Greg, how would you know? How would you know, my friend? You're a man. Unless I'm just assuming gender, then... therefore, I'm in trouble. Holy crap. Why do guys like virgins? Thanks, Greg, but I don't really appreciate you categorizing all men as wanting those kind of girls. That's just you, and I'm not going to be a part of your circus, right? Okay, because that's the horror that is. Actually, I'll speak for myself, thanks, because I don't tell you how to live your life, do I, Greg? Well, maybe I do. I told you to go to prison earlier. Why does doing it hurt? Sex pain? Maybe because you abuse them. Maybe that's why it hurts, Onision. You ever think of that? Now, that is pretty serious, but what I thought was the most comedic one out of all is this one. How to put in a tampon. How to pee with a tampon in. How do females pee plus poop. How to make your breasts bigger. My private parts are darker. Why? My goodness. Honestly, I'm actually starting to think maybe Onision is a female, because how would he know how to do those things? As he just sat there one day and just put a tampon in his ass for the fun of it. I don't want to think of that anymore. But I think it's very creepy and strange knowing that this is YouTube and there are children on this platform. Why would you explaining those things to kids, Greg? Is this something you're hiding from us? What's on the hard drive, Greg? Tell us. But yeah, to end the video off, I'm actually going to be explaining just a couple of things. But I am very lazy, and I've explained the situation about 4 times now. So I'm just going to insert a clip from my last video where I explain what's going on. If you're saying, Curtis, you're lazy. Yes, I am. I am lazy. Don't judge me, alright? Now, Onision. If you don't know what's been happening, let me give you a real quick little rundown. Onision's been a problem for years. It all began with his first wife, Sky. But this man wasn't attracted to his wife. He much preferred his wife's underage sister. Oh, Christ. Marriage eventually ended then. However, Sky did have him to pay spousal support, which is basically money after you've had a divorce with your partner and support you with money and stuff. Onision wasn't happy with it, so he retaliated by threatening to kill himself publicly as a manipulative tactic, which he admitted to. Jesus, that's a first. Following that, he started dating an underage girl called 𝔄𝔯𝔦𝔰𝔢. But that's not all. He used to travel to different countries where it was legal for them to sleep together. Because if you got caught in the US doing that, oil that ass up because you're going straight to prison, pal. This story does sicken me because he mentally abused her and manipulated her for years. One time she was having a serious panic attack and a seizure in the shower, which was caused by Onision, and he left her in there to hyperventilate. Did he call an ambulance out of worry of her health? Nope, he filmed it and released it on YouTube instead. Wow. He then married his current spouse, Kai, which, let's just say she was an underage girl as well when they first got together. Kai and Onision are now married, and they've both taken up actions in grooming younger age people. They started grooming a young girl named Sarah since the age of 14. They purely brought her up into their household in the intent to have sex with her as soon as she turned 18. Since realising this, Sarah has rid them from her life and is now exposing them on live streams and Twitter, which fired up literally every single victim. They're all now exposing him on Twitter. Yeah, it's like a scene from the Avengers. What do I think of them? Well, personally, I'd love to slam my keyboard across the back of their heads, but we all can't get what we want, right? Some people need to learn that, like Onision. Or Onision, should I say. But yes, that is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, smack that thumbs up button because it really helps me out. Also, 3 questions I got for you that I want you to answer me in the comment section. 1, what's your opinion on Greg? 2, do you think Onision should be allowed on the platform anymore? And 3, is Onision innocent or guilty? What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section down below. But without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Lads and lasses, peace.
You mad, bro? Yeah. I said, tell me what you mad for. You mad, bro?